So, as to mine, how can I convince people to follow what I'm saying? Um, how to educate others on my policy changes? Because my policy changes is to create some sort of software that makes it easier for the hospitals, especially the utilization review office, to interact with the insurance companies or the payers, so that it can be a fast communication and fast transaction. It's just that many workers in the utilization review think that some sort of any introduction of software or some sort of technology might cause some of them to lose their job, because it's a lot of paperwork. A lot of paperwork is done. Also, a lot of administrative work is done in this particular in this work in this office in particular. But there's no proof to that. If a software is created or improvements in technology is done, it will actually hasten and also move this work quicker. Instead of many patients being left behind in the office sending denial letter, sending appeal letters to the insurance companies, it will be done faster. So it would make sense to start it on the bit. I think maybe starting it step by step, not to just create a whole software that connects every hospital with every insurance company. What would be best is maybe start it slow by slow. I mean, step by step. Perhaps creating a software that makes it for the utilization review health workers to communicate with insurance companies instead of sending documents and files by mail. Exactly. Because sometimes whenever they're sending some sort of appeal letters, they have to send it by mail, and there's too much paperwork, too much work, papers, too much charts for the that needs to be sent to the insurance company. So what I think is basically maybe fast faxing, some sort of software that connects the health facility with the insurance company, so it could be easier to send the documents to them, send the appeal letters to them, instead of sending it through mail, taking days, waiting for them to mail back. That takes too long. So something like that, just an introduction of that, can even hasten the work and make things go faster. And also, communication between health facilities and companies will be simplified and less constricted. The communication between the insurance company and the health facilities becomes faster, instead of them waiting for mail to get to them and also sending mail to get to the insurance companies. Now, the barriers that come with my suggestion of implementing or creating new softwares or some sort of technology that makes it easier is monetary barriers. Some insurance companies might find it cheaper to go through the slow route of sending mail, waiting, and then waiting for the hospital to send back mail and then respond back through mail. Some insurance company might find that to be cheaper than to create some sort of software between them and their and different health facilities. So if only one insurance company was to do that and other insurance companies were not to do that, that's not really going to be a very constructive idea, because that will it's not really going to happen. Because if one company realizes that they're spending much more money to create some sort of software between them and different health facilities, and they realize that they do not gain more in profit, while others are going through the slow route and making more profit, that will hinder the companies from the company from going forward with this, with my at least my suggestion. So monetary barriers is a big problem, and also it's difficult to create a software with a union of all health facilities. and all insurance companies. So when that happens, what I'm saying is, in order for the health facility to create a software that makes it easier for them to interact with all the payers that uh, the patients come with, that's impossible because patients come with different health insurances and different payers that they have. So it's not possible for one hospital to have some sort of software program that they can interact with every payer and every health insurance company. That would be a big barrier that makes it impossible to create that software to make it easier for them to interact with every insurance company. So that's a big problem. And also, change takes time. In order to move from the paperwork to get to creating some sort of technology was easier for the facilities to talk to insurance companies. It takes a slow time. Takes time for them um, to integrate technology or new technologies into their work. It takes time. Like I used to intern in at the NYPD, the psychology assessment segment sector, and it's a lot of paperwork that they do. A lot of paperwork, and for them to change from using paperwork to using some sort of technology, it has to be something gradual, something slow. So, in order to introduce at least my intervention or my suggestion of creating some sort of software, some sort of technology, it would take time because changes take time. Changes happen slowly. So it's not something that can happen just by the blink of an eye. Okay. Yeah. So that's my presentation. Thank you for listening and have a good day. Bye.